I do believe I'm live, but I have to turn the volume down. One damn thing I always forget. There we go. I do believe I'm live. I do believe I am. Let me get into the chit chat. The chit chat room. Hi, Kelly. Welcome, one. What did you think of the video I did yesterday? Why isn't it speeding up the chit chat for me? All right. 5D is in the house. Jason is always. Hi, Lev, if you're still here. And say hello to your new wrenched friend, Mr. Mensai, I guess. If I say it wrong, get used to it, because I probably will never get it right. Hello, FPV. What did you think of the video from yesterday? I have to ask. Just winded? Just went. Hi. Lisa Jones. Lisa Jones is a neighbor of mine here where I moved to, and I want to talk to you guys about her momentarily. Let's see who else. One, so nice to see you here. I haven't seen you in just a moment. Let's see who else is going to jump on here, because I have to tell you how this started. I put out a video earlier. And actually, all week I've been saying that Roger Paul and I were going to go live on Wednesday night on his channel, is how it was supposed to go down. Well, he calls me today, and he was specifically thought it was actually going to be tomorrow, and I thought it was going to be today. Long story short, that one phone call took a left-hand turn from just discussing, I guess we were going to discuss what we were going to do on Sunday, to, major left field. And you guys know how I feel about the Bible. I'm set in my ways. Complete metaphor. Just something about him and his wife when they team up. Hi, Roger. When these two get together, they could convince the devil himself that he was God. I'm telling you, these two are phenomenal. They're hilarious. Everybody knows Roger. I don't know how many of y'all know Wifey. I call her Wifey. Y'all want to know what she calls me? I'll let her tell you herself. Roger, do you remember how to hit the back chat? I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the Hangouts, or we can do it via email, whichever way you approve. But the back chat is so much simpler. All you have to do is go to your Google Hangouts and click on that link. Roger, I'm saying the walkie-talkie Roger. You guys, these two people really broke me down to a science today to get some points across, I guess you could say, indirectly. I'm looking at the Bible in a different way. How many claps can I get for that? Because I know y'all been waiting on it. Rebecca, I hope you're feeling better. Y'all, heads up to Rebecca. She's not feeling well. Imagine that, the weather the way it is. It's cold one day, it's hot the next day. It's been freezing here in Atlanta, literally, all BS aside. It's been cold, so cold. When I walk Sandy, it's, oh my Lord, she keeps biting through her leash. I can't chase her. And it's just too cold to be out there and be frustrated with the dog or anybody else. Oh, I knew I was going to get that from Jason. Yeah. Actually, seriously, looking at the Bible in a whole different way, because of some of the way. Let me just get these two people up here. Roger, you ready? Paul, Mr. Paul, where's Mrs.? I need Wifey. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the back link. Now. Roger Paul. Jason, can you do the talking in the chit chat to Roger for me for a moment? to make sure he gets this. And I shall be right back. Oh, I can still talk. But anywho, yeah. And I told you guys how I went through the whole story about how I feel about, Christ being on a cross, crucified in such a manner, done and, ordered. It wouldn't have happened if God didn't let it happen, of course. My questions were really answered tonight. And I can't completely say 110, not even 100%, that I am absolutely sure and believe, but I am willing to listen. It got so good with the knowledge and just the words that they choose toward me is such a respect that my jaw dropped. It literally dropped. Like, that made sense. What you just said to me made sense. I had to bring it to the table. I had to bring it out here for all you guys to hear. If you are like me, and keep it in mind now, me being a flat earther, Roger Paul is not. However, he does believe in our creator, and he does believe in a dome or a firmament. So we're speaking that it is possible to be a glober. We are all there at one time if you're a flat earther now, such as myself. But it is possible for a glober to believe in God and the firmament. You understand? Like, I didn't. Roger's probably the only one I know. Everybody else who is fighting me on the globe thing, they believe in the Big Bang Theory. And if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, then what does that tell you? That you don't believe in the creator. And that's my whole point. But anywho, Roger, why don't I have you in my back chat? Oh, I do have you. Here you go. Oops. All right, Roger. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Check the back chat and give me a ring. It's in the back chat, Roger. Let me go back to you guys and make sure y'all can hear me clearly. Y'all are in for a treat, especially if the missus joins us for real. And she's feeling better. She sounds much better. Yeah. Am I talking too loud? I don't believe in anything. GM, what you mean you don't believe in anything? Hi, Milky Way. Welcome. Oh, Milky Way, you're really going to enjoy this too, considering our conversation when you interviewed us the other night. Like, I've done a 360, almost a 360. The back chat, Roger, is the Google Hangouts. It's the green sign with the quotations. Like you and I have spoken before. Push on that icon from your Googles and go into the chat, and you'll see where I just dropped the link. All you gotta do is press that link. I have all of my favorites here. Yay, this is gonna be good. I'm coming out the closet, y'all. I do believe. The most importantly is it took how contradictive is this? It took a baller, what we call it ballers, to convince me that it is very, very, very possible that crucifixion did take place, maybe physically. And I was looking at it the wrong way. The way that, I'm not trying to give it away. Roger Paul, okay, you got to cord change the phone. All right, cool. Do you know how I realized that people can finally get things? Like, you can get it. You got to be talking to the right people. I've been talking to people. I've been asking the wrong questions. And I hadn't been doing a whole lot of listening. That's exactly what was going on with me. And it took that phone call today from Roger Paul to discuss another live stream. And it just kept going. It kept going. And it just was juicy. It was just... yeah, he just molded me for a moment. I was stuck on stupid. And I want to share that with y'all. And I want to, of course, your opinions, because I'm all over the place right now with my mixed emotions about this book, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. And you also will see the difference in, like, how people reference the things. The book of Enoch makes a difference in your decisions. But Roger Paul has never ever read the Book of Enoch. But yet, kicked my ass with everything I came at him with, even pertaining to flat earth, the firmament. He still came at me every time with something that just floored me. Like I'm supposed to be talking to this man and make you laugh at the same time. No pressure. And his wife is so genuine. And you know what? They actually take the time to listen as well. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. I'm trying to get to heaven too. Anybody see my video yesterday while we're waiting on Roger Paul? As anyone can do is theorize and make a model of the data with information. Absolutely. FPV and 1. Yesterday, y'all know I think about you guys every single time I see that the ring. But the sun is misplaced. What is that about? Hi, our skies today. Welcome. Logan Paul's dad. It's who Logan Paul's dad? Oh. Gee, crazy. All just got shut down on Flat Earth. They shut him down. He actually attended whatever. Anyway, he actually staged, you guys. You know, he never, ever since that stunt he pulled with the dead body and all, I think everybody lost a sense of respect for him. But that funny. Ha ha. Howdy. Lev, how are you? Good to see you here. See you here too, our skies today. Nice profile picture. Everyone's been switching. You guys, I'm hearing helicopters again. I've been hearing those a lot today. Anybody else? Hold on, I'm going to go look. I forget I can walk. Let me go look and see what color. Sandy Ann, what are you chewing on now? Really? My pen? Are you? Go crate. Go crate. Go to your crate. Go to your crate. Go. I can't open the door. Move. Stay. Okay, she chewed up my darn notes. Now she said shoot up my pen too. How'd she? Does anybody know a dog whisperer? And then she comes over here and loves all over me. Roger Paul, where you at? I'm so anxious. Maybe you should start feeding Sandy. He. All right. Mr. Amanda, you lucky Jason vouched for you. Yep. No, I'm just playing. Anybody ever have a dog that buries their food? Like she always puts her blanket over her food bowl with her nose. Like she's hiding it. It's the craziest thing. It is good to see Russ here. Here's Roger. You went to Hangouts. You didn't see any links at all. Okay. I will go back and redo it. Or you can just, I can email. If you want to send it via email, Roger, I can do that. Surely I can. Just give me a moment. Sandy, stop it. I'm going to drop it in the back chat one more time. Just in case. If not, I will also send it to you via email coming at you right now. I will be showing my face just here shortly, but Sandy tearing up my notes and neighbors knocking at the door. Y'all know I've been putting them flat earth cards out there now. Yes, sir. All right, headed to your email now, Roger Paul. Just click on the link. Just click on the link. And 5, 4, Sandy Ann, get out from under me. All right, Paul, check your email right now. And all you have to do is click on the link and it should take you right there. I just sent it. I just sent it to did it. Send in. All right, I'm going back to the chit chat now. My chit chat. All right. All right. Well, it's in both, Roger. So go ahead and check it, please. Por favor. And we can get this party started. Okay, be right back. All right, I'll be left here. Rebecca, I miss you. You guys, if y'all missed the stream from the other night, I do realize it's 3 hours long, but let me tell you, between 5D, Rebecca, and Shanna, and myself, boy, we had a great time. Y'all really might want to go back and watch that. You know, catch it while you cooking or something. It was really epic. I loved it. I still, and I don't watch my live streams that often. Do I hear someone?
Hello, folks.
I knew I heard you guys sneak in there. Hi.
Yes, it's me and Beast. How's that going?
Stop calling her a beast. I hope she attacks you every time you say that.
She's got a good sense of humor. If not, I'd be beat up already.
There they are. Here's the okay. Tell my chit chat what you refer to me as, wifey.
You are my Nicki Minaj.
Okay, I'm going to the bathroom. I will turn you over to wife, I guess. I'll be right.
Thanks for the info, Roger.
All right.
We needed to know that. Thank you, wife. Thank you for being here. Y'all know y'all caused this, right? Y'all brought this amongst both of you.
That's all right.
All right. Okay. As long as y'all know that. Because I'm going to allow y'all to embarrass me just a little bit. Not too much. No, I really want, I'm going to ask the same questions that I'm going to continue the conversation that we were having earlier that the world should have heard. But okay. I will go back just a little bit. And if you can remember anything that was significant, please go ahead and bring it up because my dog chewed my notes. Yep, she did. Guilty as charged. Because Roger told me to write down those. And call her Beast, and I'll take away your rents if you say Beast.
Well, he had.
But what got? Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's in the other room real quick.
Yeah, I know. He told us where he was going, and that vision didn't. Like, oh, no, I'm playing. What really? Go ahead.
I was gonna say happens to everybody.
Think. What really got me is when Roger asked me to quote a verse. He was like, any verse in the Bible. And then I didn't know where he was going with that. But okay. I would do that again live because that blew my mind. And I don't that book from, but I would like to share that within the world. Because I think everybody needs that book wherever he got that reference from.
Okay.
From my verse.
Okay. As far as I know, it is a Jimmy Swaggart study compositor Bible. Somebody that's had experience for many, many years and just, read the verses over and over and over. So it's his opinion, whether you agree with it or not. Sometimes, me and Roger both look to see, because sometimes we don't understand some verses some days, so it's just, just an experience of another person that has lived life for a very long time that has written it down to explain it to everybody else.
Exactly. Patience comes in for me. But see, y'all make it fun. It's like that good teacher. You got your bad teachers and you have your good teachers. I think I'm sure am buffering. Hold on.
A little bit. I was trying to understand what you were saying.
I know. Y'all hear me? In the chit chat? We are having technical difficulties. Can you hear me, my wifey?
I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out a little bit here and there.
Yes, so are you. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna take this laptop near the door. That's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna put it up in the air and wait for the satellites to grab my signal. I'd rather sit on the ground. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clear. You ain't talking to Sprint.
All right. See?
All right, you back?
What happened?
Nothing. It's going in and out.
There she goes. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you're still cutting out a little bit.
Well,
just
they like to break.
I'm gonna switch. No, run it off my hotspot from my phone. That's what I'm about to do. Give me 2 seconds.
All righty.
How's your watch page, Shauna? Use it for the chat if you have.
2 seconds out.
Here, you hold because my arm.
Oh, come on.
Hold it.
Okay. I'll do it. Somebody got that.
Okay, if it says pause your watch page, China, just use it for the chat. Okay. Pause my watch page. That's what I'm going to do.
Let me kick off my shoes.
We'll get in here.
Yep.
Is that better? Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Can you hear me at all?
Yep.
Okay, that was pretty smart there, FPV. I didn't know you could pause it and talk and still talk. Cool. All right. First of all, this and I kind of locked the door behind me because never have a conversation very or reasoning.
Yep. It's going out.
Stop, Sandy.
I don't know. We should be getting. You're breaking in and out real bad.
I know. I'm coming.
Love it when they you get good signal all the time, and then when you go on video, it just like cuts in and out real bad. I've noticed a lot of that.
God, this sucks.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah.
I'm on my hotspot. Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we pay a phone bill. Okay. So now I have them. I'm all in the other side of the room. Okay. So, first of all, welcome. Thank you for actually doing it today.
Oh, that's no problem.
So today, you guys, what happened was Roger called me and I said I thought we were on for tonight. He was like, well, he thought it was Thursday. I thought it was tonight. We were discussing doing it on Sunday on his channel. And I had no topic for tonight. And I was going to go live anyway. I had no topic at all. So Roger and I are talking, and lo and behold, I don't know how it started, but we started talking about the Bible. And all of you know what I do believe in, what I don't believe in, how I feel about the crucifixion whole story. And I started asking questions, and they gave me answers. And I believe, I have more belief. I would say 60% more belief in that book now than I did about 4 hours ago. And yeah, I was going to say, y'all take the floor, what you schooled me to. The crucifixion of Yeshua or Jesus. We were discussing that. And
yeah.
You were talking about the 3 days of darkness, and we were talking about the rapture. Now, I asked you, where's the rapture mentioned at in the Bible? That's where we started off at. And you go ahead on with that.
Actually, the word rapture is not even in the Bible.
Right.
It's just what we call it. It's how we know it. It's in Revelation. And, you know, it's pretty much even the Old Testament leads up to the New, you know, I mean, it's very well known. And the Old Testament's actually from what I understand, is the Old Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the New Covenant, you see, because actually the Old Testament is actually for Israel. And the New Covenant, which is Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he's the New Covenant. That's for everybody, you know, Gentiles, everyone. It released us from the old laws.
And Gentiles is everybody, you know, from different countries to us to
Everyone.
Just everyone, period, is called a Gentile.
Got it. I was also, I have to get this out there. We were talking about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And I was wondering why we as females were punished in such a manner. I mean, we already had menstrual, childbirth, puberty, golly, and then the menopause. And you even have premenopause. So I referred to her. I was like, why us? Why? And her,
look what us guys have to go through.
But her answer, because I remember that. But what did you say, wifey?
It's because God made us women stronger because we go through more than men do.
That's right. That's just like, whoa, I didn't even see how negatively I think about things.
Stronger in your dreams, Poncho.
Oh, shut up. I'm gonna smack you just to make you ugly.
Not beauty.
Okay, Roger, you what was that? You made a point about that really shocked me when I asked you about why did Yeshua on the cross ask his father why he had forsaken him if Jesus was God, then why did he say that?
Well, that's because God had to become flesh because he could not step foot on the earth. You know, if he could step foot on the earth because of him being a spirit, if he was able to actually walk on the earth, he would have stopped Adam from eating the forbidden fruit.
Right.
And Jesus being on the cross, well, the Father had to become flesh, born of a woman, which makes him the Son. Jesus clearly said, I and my Father are one. No one gets to the Father except through me. You know, and there had to be a blood crucifixion. You know, even back in the Old Testament days, there was all kinds of blood sacrifices, you know, and just, you know, the blood just makes it more powerful, more holy.
Right. The blood represents our sin going back in the earth to be cleansed.
Right. And Jesus actually said, Father, why have you forsaken me? I mean, this is what I think anyway. Actually, I learned it in college. The moment Jesus said that, Father, why have you forsaken me? Was because at that moment he had all of the sin, past, present, and future of the world on him. And the Father had to look away, and that would be why they changed to night. Because he could not look upon all the sin.
But okay, and you know, me and my ways, I'd be like, well, why did it even have to take place? Like, why did that have to take place? And why didn't he appear this is where I was going with you. I'm just trying to tell the people where I was with the questions. It still didn't make sense to me then. I was like, but to go through if Yahweh asked me to kill my child, no, I would not kill my child for you.
Well,
I would not to this very day.
You see, I think it was Isaac, his son Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
He had him on the rock. And he had the object he was going to use to do it. And when his arm went up, an angel stopped him. You know, that was God's plan, was to see how strong his faith is, to see how obedient he really was.
Well, and that's where I'm like, that's not my God. My God or Elohim's or whoever, my creator, I don't believe he would ever do that. Like, that shouldn't even be brought about in that book. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, why go to that depth to prove?
I've said the same thing before, and it was a priest that told me that it was just a test of faith.
I understand that, but we get tested of faith every single day. But to go to that and put him through that and then renege on it, You know what I'm saying? Like, test you. There's so many different ways you could have tested me, Lord. You know?
Well, he wanted the ultimate test.
And then look at the wrath of everything else. Look what Mary went through, bless her heart. If you believe in the book, then you believe that this 14-year-old child was, immaculate conception. Imagine the mental she had to go through with everybody because she was a virgin. He allowed her to be stoned, talked about, sent off somewhere to have the baby, and then only to watch him grow and watch the crucifixion and watch him die while she was at his feet.
Well,
What did Mary get out of that, and why?
Okay, well, Mary, well, you got to remember in the Middle East and stuff at that time, in that century,
Mm-hmm.
it was a common thing for a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old to marry, but it was mainly arranged marriages to the different families. Joseph and Mary was arranged to be married together. The only thing that she had to explain was to Joseph is why that she was carrying the child. The angel explained to her everything that was going to happen. So she knew why she was picked.
Well, Joseph was going to leave until the angel came to him in a dream and told him what was going on.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But shouldn't that have been the plan the whole time? Tell them both at one time. That would have killed that. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have saved an argument right there.
Well, there was a doubt in Joseph's mind, and
he was going to leave.
The doubt had to be stopped. And that's why the second angel, instead of believing in Mary and what she was telling him, the angel had to appear to Joseph to tell him, hey, this is what's happening.
Because he was going to leave Mary.
Right.
Wouldn't you? Who would believe that your wife is pregnant and a virgin, immaculate conception, like, especially back in those days? And then her whole life had to be miserable.
Well, I mean, would your life be miserable if you was raising the Son of God? I mean,
well, I don't know. They're missing from the time he was born till he goes to 30. She had to hide him all that time, right?
Right. She hid him for a long, long time.
Yes, imagine that.
And she had to hide him from Herod.
Yeah.
Herod.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they were being led by angels the whole way.
Right. Right.
Yeah, on the donkey, right? I remember watching a movie, and I remember her blue dress on the donkey. And as they traveled for so far, I'm just saying, like, couldn't our Lord make it just a little bit easier for her, and then to watch him pass like she did?
He could have. I think he could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were talking earlier, everything is done for a reason, even if we don't understand it.
Right.
God puts that path in front of us. It's just a matter of which way that we choose because of our free will.
Exactly. I think everything should be, at least inspected. Everybody should give it a chance before you make any kind of final decision. But the fact is that I learned from you guys, because I could sit down and read the Bible and I wouldn't get it. I still don't get it. But when y'all explain it, I doubt it for a minute. I still have my doubt because it's just, I'm such a reasonable person, and I'm very, very empathetic, and I just can't see me looking up to someone who really happened in that book. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I question his methods, why.
I was the same way before I got saved.
Let's see, I think I'm sitting here thinking about what you just asked, about Mary, how she could see that and go through that. I think more of it was her oath and her belief that she believed in the Father. And then eventually, because God would tell her, the angels would tell her, Jesus would tell her, you will see me once more in our Father's kingdom. So there wasn't really looking at it as, okay, he's gone, it's done, there is no more, whatever. It was a more of, we will rejoice and see each other again.
But do you know how many Jesuses there were before our Jesus? There was Jesus like in every continent of totally different ethnics, everything, that also were crucified, that also rose 3 days.
Right.
What? Okay.
Third day.
Is it? Are they depicting the same one, and we're just looking at him differently, or were there different ones? Because from my belief, I saw different ages or different years. I'm sorry.
Each country interprets pretty much who they want it to be. You know, it's kind of like the folks that they nitpick the Bible to make it believe what they want you to think, how they think, you know. But really, if you read it, it's all self-explanatory. You know what I mean? It's a lot of it is hard to understand, though.
Well, that's why I look at it like a metaphor. It was just easier for me to look at it as a metaphor because it made more sense to me. But it's just all over the place. You know, you can literally start from the back, read it to the front, and vice versa. Or hell, start from the middle. You still
well, like we were talking earlier, you know, it's like playing the game telephone, where the story has changed over time.
Right.
You know, even though the Ten Commandments were wrote down, it was up to Moses and the people to pass that story along to the next generation.
But what's the first commandment? Thou shalt not kill, right? But that's what Yahweh was asking them to do: sacrifice, kill. Isn't that's right there? Come on. That's just how I feel. Like it just doesn't make any sense for you to command us to do something that you actually command us to do something when you're testing us. But you contradict yourself and tell us not to do it, or we're going to hell.
I've said the same thing before.
It's just,
the thing is, you see, when God does that, there was one civilization that God totally wiped out because that you know, it was one tribe, because that whole tribe was evil, and they would have changed mankind to be evil.
See, I know exactly what you're talking about, but all it changed was our color, because supposedly he casted them out, which was the Caucasus Mountains, which is where we get Caucasian. And I believe the climate, which is now Europe, the climate would eventually, over thousands of years, lighten your skin, thin your lips, thin your hair, because you can only get light from dark. So if Yahweh truly he did walk this plane, then he had to be a person of color. See,
I believe he is. I believe he was dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had to be. I mean, but the people in the Caucasus Mountain were like white devils. That's what my mother and them used to refer to them as, white devils. But it's nothing more than a lighter shade of what was casted out. That's it. There's no monkeys involved. You really tripped me out with that earlier.
All the same color on the inside.
Well, according to science, we come from monkeys. But the actual is, I mean, I learned this in the Bible college as well. Well, animals have spirits, you know, and mankind, men, women, children, we have spirit and a soul. And if we actually ascended from monkeys, that means we only have a spirit. That means, if that's the case, the crucifixion was all in vain.
Exactly.
And you know, God's after our souls. You know, that's what he wants. When we're born, he breathes breath into our nostrils. So, I mean, science and religion, they're usually the opposite anyway.
I don't believe in either or. I don't believe. I think religion is the biggest drug in the world to me. And that's when we started talking about the Pope. People follow this man. Look how wicked he looks. He just looks wicked.
Well, for about religion, you know, I mean, that's why this country's being divided, you know, because mainly government, you know, they want to practice religion, which in fact we should practice Christianity.
Why do you make that statement?
Because when a person is just religious, you know, it's like the Pharisees that Jesus said stands on the corner and disfigures their faces when they fast. You know, they're losing weight, they're disfiguring, making themselves look real skinny. They act all holy and everything, which in fact Jesus knew their hearts, and they wanted to kill him because he knew what type of a person they was. That's why he said they was a wolf in sheep's clothing, and they knew he knew their hearts. They was frightened of him. They were scared that he would expose the high priests.
I still say, look at him. I'm just like, if you look at him, he looks evil. I mean, I know I see things that more clearly than others, and he's always throwing up the Baphomet sign.
Well, I believe the Pope is actually going to be the right-hand man of the Antichrist.
I agree with you.
That's what I believe.
I agree with you there. I do.
You know, to make a one-world religion. I mean, they're wanting to make a one-world money, a one-world government. I mean, that all leads straight to the Antichrist.
Of course it does. They want to depopulate just like they segregated.
Exactly. And you know, and them using this racism that's going on.
And I hate that they call it racism. They should call you can't. It's called prejudice. You're prejudiced.
I call it morons.
That too, because we're all one race. We are the human race.
If you get a country, mainly the United States, you know, I mean, and that's what they do. They use black and white as their weapon to keep division going in this country, because any country that's battling within itself, they get divided, and they can easily call martial law on this. Very easily.
Yep.
Right.
Well, just like we stated earlier, I believe they're hurting us. I mean, come on, we got these fires with these lasers, these hurricanes from nowhere. Now we have a new marker, right? Now their categories went up. I believe they added a category 6 or something. Now all of a sudden, and then with these fake clouds, I wanted to ask you, Roger, if you could tell the chat about the book. I want to do it just as we did it. You asked me to recite or what was my favorite verse in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to do that, just like we did, so that they can get a reasoning from it. And then you can explain to them, if you don't mind, what book it's from, because I would like to get it myself.
Okay. Which one you want?
The only one, you asked me that, and I said the only one I know by heart is, and then I asked you to guess it, but I'll recite it, and then you tell I'm going to recite it by heart, and he's going to tell me what it means in somebody else's terms. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, but it is Psalms 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord, serve him with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he who have made us, not we. We are ourselves. We are the people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. Now that's always been my favorite. It's the only one I know by heart besides John 3:16. And he replied,
well, you see, the wife and I, we both have Bibles, and it's a well-known one. You know, it's put out by a
pastor.
Yeah, he's actually got a doctrine in Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Pentecostal. You know, Pentecostal and Baptist are about the same thing, really. I mean, they believe in a lot of the same.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's see here. But anyway, this Bible was broke down to where it's got the meaning of each verse pretty much after every sentence. Anyway,
what verse was she reading?
Psalms 100.
Psalms is back here, Callie.
That's what page you told me to turn to.
Well, I messed up. I'm sorry.
Your fault, not mine.
It is. Here's what ours says. Okay. You said, okay, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all you lands. Yeah, okay. That's it. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all you lands.
Serve the Lord, serve
okay. Ours goes on to say the meaning. 7 times in these Psalms, men are commanded to make a joyful noise unto the Lord. 7 is God's number, speaking of totality, completion, perfection, fulfillment, and non-inversatility. This speaks of Christ reigning supreme in the kingdom of age. Well, in the kingdom age, every country in the world will then serve him.
Excuse me.
And see, I connected with that.
Go
ahead.
This Bible I've been sitting in churches, you know, and the preacher that would preach that day, he was right on the money. You know, I mean, different preachers saying the same thing as what we've got in our books.
Mm-hmm.
Looked them up online, and these Bibles are very accurate. But anyway, it's the Expositor Study Bible by Jimmy Swaggart put it out.
I'm definitely gonna look into that for real. But why do you think, and everyone in the chat, why do you think there's so many different? How can you believe in a book that there's been so many different versions of?
To make money.
Yep. But they give the Bible away free, though. I mean, they're just putting it all these lies for free. They're just handing you all these lies. Like, here, take this, go buy it, live by it, or you're going to hell.
Well, you see, in California, I think they just passed a law that you can no longer buy or sell
A Bible.
a Bible.
I didn't know you could buy or sell them anyway.
Oh, yeah, you can buy and sell them. You know, but they're trying to do away, you know, with pretty much the roadmap to heaven.
Well, I mean, look around you. They're putting up the statues of the Baphomet. Hello, like right in front of Capitol buildings.
Well, it all started when the president started covering up religious symbols. And it's going to go a lot further than that. You know, China, they're already tearing down churches. They're burning Bibles, you know, and they're doing this for a reason. Yeah. They don't like truth.
Yeah, and it's not just about that. They want people to continue to believe that we don't have a creator and that everything came from a big bang theory. Like, just absolutely ridiculous. The same people that believe a car is headed to Mars are the same people that believe that. I can't believe I grew up thinking the whole time that the sun really lit up the moon. Now you look at it and it's impossible. You know?
Hey, sending a car to Mars. Stop by Libra and say, "What's up, honey?"
You know, if anybody believes that, it goes back to like who was filming the craft that took off from the moon. It's just dumb stuff. Just is really dumb to me now. You know, and it's so. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do what?
It's my Twitter page. I forgot to turn off notifications. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Supposedly a few years ago, I guess, they had set a nuclear bomb off on the moon. Supposedly it rung like a bell, and supposedly it's only 20 miles deep, and then it's all hollow.
Well, yeah, that's what they say. But I believe that story too for a little while. I believe that they did go to the moon, and Neil Armstrong did step on the ground in 1969, and I believed everything else. I believe there were satellites. I would believe that's another thing, people.
A lot of people think the moon is like an antenna for, you know, another civilization that's somewhere in space.
It barely
like keeping an eye on Earth.
Whatever it is transparent.
Personally, I don't know. It's just that.
Think about it. Okay, now just think about it. When the moon is out in the daytime, which happens a lot lately, when it's out in the daytime, you can see the blue through it. You understand? I mean, you can see the blue, but at nighttime, you can see the blackness through it.
Well, I mean, the way the days are now, we could just be looking at a projection.
Is Skippy good for nothing?
It's his fault.
Good for nothing.
Skippy.
That's right. It's his fault.
And that's exactly what they do. They skip them trails that you're talking about. They skip like a stitch.
Yeah, they skip across the sky and they're good for nothing.
And it's so funny when you say that during your videos. There goes Skippy. Go back to the wife. And see, that's another thing you brought up. You brought up something. You brought this up earlier, and I thought it was very significant. That I was applauding you for finding the river where you film out now, because it's so beautiful. What makes it beautiful is that they're so close to you at times.
That was the wife's idea. Well, the river's only about 3 miles away, so. But
you brought up, not only is it, because I want to see that in real life. I want to see what you see, what you film. I want to see that in real life, up close and personal. But I know I probably won't get that chance, but you made it perfect whenever you stated that. Well, the sad thing is that if anything really does hit, it's going to hit your area first.
Yeah, because I see something in the Southwest at all times, all the time. But now that the sun sets in the Southwest, whatever I was seeing, it's now in the Southeast. And, it seems to be hanging and setting right here in front of our house or right up. I've taken videos where I put the camera straight up in my yard, and then it was insane. I mean, there's times I'm real leery about recording. You know, I'm just uneasy and nervous.
Yes.
Yeah, because the sky looks like it could just split open.
Crack the sky.
Yeah.
Way most high, crack the sky. Yeah, it does. It looks like a fairy tale. The whole entire sky. I mean, I walked outside this morning. I just started laughing. All I can do is laugh at these now. Like, that's just unreal. Like, it just tickles me.
Well, the things that we call punch clouds.
Uh-huh.
I sent you
elaborate on that for me, please. Yeah, do that for me.
Well, is what we're looking at. You know, I mean, we are looking at clouds. However, there's like a perfect circle in the clouds that look like the clouds themselves was cut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, perfect circle. And you know, I've seen them with no clouds, and it was just a dark shape.
Yeah, or you could see a perfect blank sphere. I mean, a circle with just sky and clouds all around it. Perfect 360.
Yeah, exactly. That's a punch cloud. Yes.
I got you. Okay, I see those all the time. Those
that's
are recognizable.
Yeah, that's what I see. You know, I mean.
Or when they move and they don't move, you understand, the entire thing moves. It ain't a piece of the cloud that moves. And what about the 3-layer clouds we were discussing? You see some go north, you see some go south, and then that third layer stand perfectly still.
Yep. I've seen 4 layers this year.
God, yes, you can post links on here, Whitetail. Anybody can post links. Be sure to subscribe to Mr. Rogers' channel, which is blowing up, and that's another thing I was discussing on my other live stream, is that we love you so much because you're real. You're everybody pretty much in the chat is real, but like you are like real, like funny real. And you're on your feet and you're showing us exactly what we're looking at. That's what I love about you. And you're honest.
Let her finish.
I'm sorry.
You always do that. Let her finish.
I'm sorry.
I'm just as bad. I even got told that the other day. Stop over talking people. I apologize. Sometimes I apologize ahead of time, but I think I'll forget it like I do.
I do too.
That's that Mary J. I shouldn't be doing that. But also, what was I going to ask? What was next? What else did we talk about that was so significant? Blast darn it. Oh, I was going to ask you guys about NFPV if they know about sphere beings.
NFPV.
I'm often talking about. I've done some research, but I believe in these beings. I believe that some of these spheres we are seeing are sphere beings. They're part of an alliance for the good of mankind, is what I believe.
It could be because even like, you know, and a lot of people think, you know, crazy, but if you believe in Jesus and stuff, you know, the supernatural goes right in there with it.
Well, yeah, and I believe that's why we are seeing, like I call them little beings. Some of them look like little geckos. Some of them look like actual little beings with muscles. Sometimes they look like an insectoid. Sometimes, you know, at different things. But I've come to, by listening to Jim S.A. and Roger Paul, and somewhat what I see from Donnie, not Donnie from Daytona, Seven Spalding, I've come to conclusions that they have their own atmosphere, you know, like we were speaking earlier, their own clouds circle them and hide them. That's not our clouds. And it's also like they're programmed to do this. But I see them, sometimes they're so big and clear. Sometimes they're so tiny, but there's so very many of them. Go ahead.
We're also seeing it's like the OCGs, overhead cluster groups.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the debris field with the lead object that is so massive, it seems to have like its own little atmosphere, and it's mixing with ours.
And see, this is where the Bible comes in with me, because Revelations, they're either making Revelations come true, but I do see the connection in Revelation.
They're trying to stop it.
I think that too. I think they're trying to stop it and cover it up, because that's the same as we were talking before, you know. When you're a little kid, you believe in Santa Claus, you know. It's the same as believing in Jesus or a higher power and stuff, that, it's not necessarily seeing it to believe it, but in our case, I think the government's seen it and they're just covering it up as much as they can. So there's just not no world panic.
Right. But I'm now starting to believe that there are three different things. I believe that Nibiru is a craft. I believe that from the Anunnakis that comes back every 3,600 years. I just believe that. I do. And then you have Nemesis. And Roger Paul, you amaze me. Can I hear the names of the moons? You're the only one person I know that knows them.
The moons?
Yeah.
Aren't they Nemesis moons that you name very often?
Well, actually, I mainly named the planets.
Oh, see how confused I am? I thought it was Nemesis and her 7 moons.
No, they do have moons, though.
Yeah, you know, NASA's calling them moons.
Well, yeah, they're going to, because they, people think of a moon, they're like, nah, it ain't going to bother that much. But if they say planet coming in, people's going to panic.
I don't think anything's going to slam into the earth, though. I mean,
no, it's not going to hit. But the Bible does tell us that, everything's going to turn to wormwood. Even the water will become wormwood. And that's where John had the vision on, and a bright light, and that's going to hit, and that's where it also states men's heart will fail them of fear of what they see coming at them. That would be, well, being as they said light, that kind of makes me think a comet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an asteroid is light, but if it was an asteroid, they would have said a fireball or something. They knew fire back then. So
they say brimstone in the Bible.
So I believe that's going to be 2 deep impacts, one on land, one in water.
And good God. But
so it's not just the one impact, it's going to be 2.
And we had the one impact with the dinosaurs. It's going to be a recurring of only 2.
And see, I don't believe, I no longer believe in dinosaurs. I do believe in dragons. I do not believe in the dinosaurs. I mean, because no one showed me any proof. There's all replicas up there at the Smithsonian. Those aren't actual bones. Those are dinosaurs. I believe in the giants, the Nephilims. I believe
supposedly they're finding skeletons of Nephilim. And the Anunnaki, a lot of people don't realize that the Anunnaki was actually in the Old Testament. There was called Anuks.
Mm-hmm.
And they was actually a not so good tribe.
Yeah, then a lot of people have depicted them to be mean. A lot of people have depicted them to be nice. But in the good book that we have, when Cain killed Abel, there went the good seed.
Well, that was jealousy.
Yeah, but that still was the last good seed. Every other seed has been serpent seeds, or whatever y'all want to prefer to call them. But so we're born straight into sin.
Yeah, you see, we have a sin nature, and even the Apostle Paul, and I think it was Romans chapters 4, 5, and 6. He tells us how hard it is to be Christian. Tells us about the sin nature. Then he tells us how to be Christian.
Right.
Even Paul had the question of, why is this so hard? How come I can't get this right? When Jesus took his eyesight, let's see, who gave the eyes? Who went and prayed for him to give it back?
It was a female, wasn't it?
It was some old dude. I forget his name. Ebenezer or Nebuchadnezzar? No, Nebuchadnezzar was a king. But anyway, you see, a lot of people don't realize when the man prayed for Paul, he didn't get all of his eyesight back. He asked several times for his eyesight back. In fact, on Paul's preachings, there was several times he actually got beat so bad, if he'd have been hit one more time, it would have killed him. But he kept preaching.
But I mean, overall, look at the book from the beginning to the end, people. It's just, is it a book that you want to force on somebody? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like me forcing, ow, that hurts, Sandy.
Well, see, the more you force on someone, the more they hate.
Yeah, I understand.
Because they're forced.
But wouldn't we want to live by, if that's the book, the foundation of us, and that's what we're supposed to live by, doesn't it still make you ask, why is it so violent? It's just violence everywhere. I understand fear God, but we shouldn't fear him in actual, like, shaking, your teeth and rattling fear. No, I don't fear him in that way.
Well, see, when we talked earlier, that's why I said most people, well, a lot of people, wolf in sheep's clothing, they want to go to church 1 hour a week to justify how rotten they've been all week.
That's what you said. That killed me.
That's exactly right.
Because they go to church for an hour, they come home, it's all forgotten. They're the exact same person they always was.
Here you go. Read this right here.
What verse?
This verse right here. Verse right here.
Where?
Verse 8 right there. Chapter 6.
Oh, Micah?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Right there.
He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God.
Okay, and then it goes down explaining.
Well, I don't know what you're getting at, but I'll do it. Okay, and then here's the meaning of that verse. It says the revelation given here is found in Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Consequently, messed up. There was no excuse. In this verse, the Lord proclaims not so much the way of salvation, but instead the results of true salvation. The phrase, he has showed you, oh man, what is good, draws Israel back to the Bible. The answer to the question, and what does the Lord require of you, is here given: honesty, mercy, and humility.
Right. So in other words, thinking about the Bible as just a lot of killing, a lot of bad in it and everything else. Like we were talking before, it's a good teaching tool and everything, and
it's a good book. Some people need it. Yeah. But I just never really believed in it. Just didn't make any sense to me, but just being the person who I am. My kids come before anyone, even my God. I would never kill my child for no one, not even him.
Well, the thing is,
would I get held for that?
Isaac didn't kill his child.
I know he didn't, but I'm just talking about the whole setup was wrong. You shouldn't.
Well, yeah.
That was a setup. That was devious. Like, to even put me through that, I would want to murk somebody, really. To use my child as what? Sacrifice for who? You gave?
And it was a test of, in my opinion, it was a test of true faith, and I pretty much leave it at that.
Well, why didn't he just ask him to jump off a cliff or something? Test his faith, not to kill another. Jump off this cliff, and if you believe in me, just like when one of them walked on the water, the guy out the boat, he saw Jesus walking on the water. Jesus says, "Come here," but he stepped outside the boat and he fell into the water because he did.
Peter, he did walk a little bit, but then he got paying attention. See, that's why Jesus says, "Keep your eyes on me. Pick up your cross and follow me daily." When Peter got out of the boat, he began to walk. Only when he started paying attention to the lightning and the wind and the big waves did he sink.
Right.
Because that's something I could get. I could get that. That's how you test a man's faith. Don't do it through his child. Child ain't got nothing to do with it.
But if we had to walk on water really to test our faith, ain't none of it's going.
Well, I wouldn't do it unless I had Jesus right across from me saying, "Come on."
That's the only.
Our
way, nothing is possible, but with God's way, everything is possible.
I'm here thinking about what she asked, about, child and stuff. Maybe it was just like, like you were saying, if he asked him to jump off of the cliff or something. If he asked him to jump off the cliff.
That would be suicide.
Well, no, if he asked him
to jump off. God saves him. If he has
next, after the second part of that story, he asked Isaac to do something for him.
Yeah.
So how can he carry out his promise that he asked him to do if he jumped off that cliff? So it wasn't necessarily the thought of putting your child up there, by all means, I wouldn't want nobody to do that or anything. Right. I don't agree with it.
No.
But the point was seeing how strong he was and if he was able to complete that task that he wanted him to do in his footprint of life.
If you wanted to test, if you yourself wanted to test somebody, and well, I mean, would you do it in such a what word am I looking for? A malice way? Like that was just not cool.
You know what?
I mean,
What you're wanting to know about that? The church we used to go to. He's also the preacher that married us. He was after me to go to church. Man, I know what 5-6 years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was all over me.
Go on, Gracie.
You know, and he even got me to marry wife here.
Hey, I got you married me because I chased you for 7 years now.
Well, anyway, he is a very knowledgeable man. In fact, he just let another pastor take over the church because he's too old now. You know what I mean? He's up there towards 80 years old.
mhm.
And, you know, I'm going to ask him that question. What was behind that, you know, about Isaac? Yes, I'm going to ask him that. And I will give you your answer tomorrow on that, actually.
I would actually like that a lot. Even though everything is opinionated, I totally understand that. I'm trying to understand everybody who does believe the Bible word for word. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that word for word, but I'm still looking at things in a metaphor. But y'all have answered some of my questions. But other than us looking up, like if God was my parent, I would not like him very much.
Right.
He is your parent. Just that.
Right, I am born of a virgin, but I have to walk this earth, be ridiculed, talked about because of what you're demanding me to do. I was hid for 30 years, and then I just get crucified right in front of my mom. Like,
I believe it was 33 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 33.
3.5 years, yeah.
Yes.
Number. And also the book of Enoch is so specific to what's going on right now, today, at this very moment. Like that was taken out. Why did the Vatican do that? When you actually read it, I do it like I do the Bible. I read it over and over and over again until I finally get it. And then you start realizing we watch FPV's channel, One Conscious channel, Cat's Eyes channels, and you start putting two and two together. And Enoch really did go to heaven. He really did go to hell. God, our Creator really showed him these doors.
God also had Enoch going door to door, giving testimony and giving witness.
Well, it's like talking earlier too. I believe in the Bible, but I believe parts were taken out, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
It also do. But along the time that man wrote the stories down, it was actually cut, chopped, together to fit the king and the Vatican.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't necessarily for the word of God to be taught to everybody. It was to suit and to fit them. But they put a partial story in there for us to learn from. So some things that might be put in there by the Vatican. It may not be a part of the story of what God's wanting us to know.
The Old Testament's made up of 4 sections. One of them is poetry. The other one is law. I forget the other 2. But it's made up of.
But overall, I want people to stop thinking, or especially our generation growing up, stop thinking if you don't believe in that book, you're going to hell. I just don't believe in that. No, there's so many other ways that I've proven myself. You know, I'm not righteous by no means, but I'm worthy. I am worthy.
It's not a matter of believing in the book. It's a matter of believing in the inspiration, pretty much the author of the book.
But it's not inspirational at all.
Right. She's finding not inspirational.
You know, and what about this Magnet, Mary Magnet? Who was this in the book?
Magdalene?
Yeah, who was she? Some people depicted her to be a whore.
She was found in bed with another man. That's why she was depicted as that.
Actually, there's 4 Mary Magdalenes in the Bible.
There's 9 women prophets, too.
It all depends on which Mary Magdalene she's talking about. The woman that took her own tears and washed Jesus' feet and dried her hair, that was the Mary Magdalene that was considered a whore.
That's the one I'm speaking of, yeah.
There was a couple other ones.
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's a couple other ones, but I mean, you know, digging on research and stuff like that, you know, things that read or, you know, things that were told like on the specials or something, you know, like they show on TV or something or another, that some people will actually believe that one of the Mary Magdalenes was actually Jesus's wife.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting to hear, but I was just curious, like, why wouldn't we see him be married and have his own kids and live his own life? No, he was only put here to be crucified. It don't add up to me, you know? Yeah. It's like I would be praising my child. Let's have this book be like, this is what family is about. This is what, you have to do to stay humbled and to be blessed. We're being so manipulated with all these tools and materialistic things, and that book, that book doesn't tell you anything. And like we were saying earlier, you can't take any of these materialistic things to heaven with you. We were talking about staying humbled. And I realized the broker I get, the more humbled I am. And that's just the bottom line. That's not respecting a penny. I have a lot of respect for 1 penny right now. I don't pick it up because it's good luck anymore. I pick it up because I need it. Right. Right. And it's just like, and if y'all want me to believe in this book, that's just some hateful stuff. It's just,
The only thing that we want is we want a person to try to live their best, try to be a nicer person, to bring a little bit of peace and a little bit of happiness to everybody. It's not necessarily that you have to believe in that Bible. That's just one thing that we do because we want to see everybody, come together in the hereafter, or afterlife, and unity and in peace and loving each other.
Okay, say what if we had somebody who, wasn't from our country, didn't even acknowledge the Bible, had no clue of it, right? And we were to put it in front of them as a hardback book, just as a book, right? And we would change the title and just let somebody sit down and read this book. What do you think they would get out of it? Fiction or science fiction? Or what would they think of that person called Yahweh and or God?
Well, at first it would blow their mind.
Actually, they would find similarities between their Bible and ours.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the Bible connected in some way.
She's saying if they've never heard of it.
Yeah, no Bible ever. Never heard of a Bible. Never heard the story of Jesus or Yahweh or Yeshua. Never heard it. And that person sat down and read this book.
Well, that would be just like any of us, really. We pick it up and we read it for the first time. You can study the Bible for 40 years, turn around the verse and get a different meaning.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Every time I read it, then I realize where the connections come in at. Because it's really a book that it's the middle is the beginning is the end, But
it is the most misunderstood book in the world.
Because it's been tampered with so much. We don't know I know what to believe as my common senses.
Right, right.
Because what God has instilled in me is to do right by others. I feel guilty for spanking my kids, but you know what? That my kid just let my hand go and ran across the street. Yeah, I'll pop you for stuff that can get you killed.
Oh yeah, you fired the bottom.
Yeah. Right, punishment. My dog, she's sitting here, she's tearing everything up in front of me right now. But I will not spank her because I didn't have to beat my kids, but I can put her in a cage.
There's one verse in the Bible that I seen. It was like 2 years ago, and it hit me pretty hard. I used to let my kids get away with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything. Wouldn't whoop them. I'd give them time out and stuff like that. Explain to them what they did wrong, and I told them, if they do it again, they would get, a little spanking, but it never got to that. And but anyway, I seen on a church sign not far from here, it said, spare the rod, ruin the child. Right. And that verse, it really hit me.
Well, that just tells you who somebody had the kids, who screamed in the market. It wasn't me. The annoying kids sitting on the cart going, ah.
Oh, I never put up with that.
Yeah, oh no, Chuck E. Cheese
out the door to take them to the car.
No, don't think so. I would stand there and listen to them scream and tell them what a fool they're making of themselves.
Oh no, I'm that type of parent. Chuck E. Cheese is a place I hated to go, but those parents at Chuck E. Cheese, man, you got to get your kids off the game. I don't care if it's your kid, whoever kid. I don't care how big your mom and daddy is. I used to try to. They used to try to fight me up in there. How you gonna let your kid stay there for 20 minutes knowing my kid's been standing right behind him with the coins in his hand, anxious to play? That's a parent's responsibility to get up there and remove that child and have him share. So I can't do Chuck E. Cheese. I can't do. I be wanting to get me some kids, you know.
I feel the first commandment being broken. You're going to kill that rat. There's nothing in it.
Oh, and do y'all believe that one commandment is worse than another just because of the order they're in?
Well, you see, the thing about the commandments is if you've broken one, you've broken them all.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yep, that's how that goes. So, only thing we can do is just really believe and do the best we can.
And that's exactly what we're doing. I feel like that's why we needed to have this conversation. I want to ask y'all one more thing. What do you think about the cloning rumors?
I think that's going to make the whole world a genetic swamp stew. You know, I think it's going to really mess up everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're cloning humans with animals.
Yeah.
They've been doing it since the 50s.
Yep.
Early. Yep. Oh yeah, they're trying to make the perfect soldier.
But you know what? Eventually, what they're going to be just perfect soldiers, you know. And oh yeah, that's what I want to bring up before I let y'all go. We were discussing Lucifer, and after all that's going on in this book, right? After all that, you know, some of y'all believe in the rapture. After all this happens, this son's a gun named Lucifer, Satan, or whatever. He gets to be here again. He gets to be free again. Why? You know, like why? Why? Is that because the rapture is true and all of the chosen ones will be gone? I'm not righteous enough to go to like heaven like right this minute, you know? Like
right.
It's a scary thing if you ask me. But then he would reign because only the bad ones would be left, right? Isn't that what people believe?
Well, I don't think just the bad ones will be left. I think it will be a mixture of both.
That's what's sad about the ones that's going to be left and that really tried so hard. You know what I'm saying?
I also believe that some that's going to be left behind will be very strong Christians, you know, strong heart, strong mind, and, you know, they're steadfast in the Lord, you know, and it's like that's why they say build, you know, the rock of foundation. You know, there will be some Christians that should go that's going to be left behind because they are a very strong person. They're strong in faith, and, you know, someone's got to carry the church on.
Well, it's not only that, it's to help the next person.
Right. That
may need your help that doesn't understand.
Right, because there's going to have to be some people with knowledge here, you know, that's going to be strong in the word, put on that armor and, you know, and place their foot and not be moved.
All right.
And they're going to have to carry on and witness, you know, and
get what about the go ahead. I did it again. See that part in the Bible he says you must go in. What is that? He says you must go in just for a little while behind closed doors. It says it in the Bible somewhere that you must go in, hide for a while while the darkness. Oh God.
No.
When they put the blood up on the door?
Yeah, put the blood of the lamb above the door but that was in Moses was.
Yeah, that was during Moses.
Yeah, they were taking the firstborn.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to do with Moses and stuff.
I'm just saying, think about the story itself. They're taking all the firstborn, all the innocent ones. That's just dumb.
See, I also believe in the hall. Was it the hall of swallows or swallowers? However you say it. I don't know. Anyway, it's supposed to be a place to where the souls of the babies and the youth, the innocent ones, that they go there and eventually they're reborn back on the earth again to live out their life or to keep going. But there will always be basically like a pure soul that's there. And that way, but when there is no more pure souls, it's supposed to be what we were talking about before was the rapture when Lucifer was let out. Because it's one of the seals, I think. But that's along more of like a Catholic.
Why wouldn't he just be done with Lucifer? If he can ask, think about whatever all we've been talking about. If he can ask a man of
I'm still trying to
figure out. He worships him to try to kill his own child, right?
Right.
No, what is that word?
You know where I'm going with this. If Sandy, you don't get out of my window, little girl. She is literally, she's like a deer, you guys. She jumps so high everywhere. She chewed up everything. Well, I forget where I was going with that already. See what my dog does to me. One thing what else was I going to ask you? Whoa. Oh, I think it's great that that you are a Glober. I'm talking to Roger, and you still believe in the dome firmament.
Right.
Well, the Bible clearly tells there's a firmament, firmament, and
right.
In fact,
it does speak of it. I just don't remember where at.
Genesis 4, I believe. In Genesis, he said, "I will separate the waters from the waters."
Got that in the back of my Bible. I wrote it down, actually. Believe it or not, I sure did. Hang on, I did it.
Yeah. No, we believe in a lot of different things from each other, but we're pretty much touch base on the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, that's why it's good to do these kind of things. And YouTube, I have such problem uploading videos. I just do live streams. Somebody will hear it eventually. I just got to keep them short because even myself, I will not sit down and watch somebody's 3-hour live stream unless it was like detrimental and I really need. I would probably do it for FPV and One Consciousness channel because they're on that realm. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually, I believe.
Well, out there in the van, their car.
I believe that we're so bad. I believe that these beings that I am seeing are interdimensional, and I believe that the systems that are coming in are only allowing us to see them in their atmosphere and their realm.
Right.
I don't believe they can touch us or hurt us, but I believe that that's what's going on, and I think it's way more than it's so spiritual. The beauty of it is what I'm really irked about. Like they're hiding something that's just so beautiful. I see them pictures on One Conscious and FPV channels and just how beautiful we're supposed to be able to see these halos and these nodes or noise. If I always get that wrong, like why are they hiding that from us? Like we already see it. We just don't see it clearly. And clearly it's not hurting us. I hope not. I don't know where the spheres come in with all of these beautiful rainbows.
Right.
We're looking at the dome. And I don't know. I'm FPV is on here. I'm not gonna mess up his channel, but I forget what they name everything. But if you read the Book of Enoch, it coincides with everything that they talk about, and as far as realms and rings and halos and angels,
Right.
The sun, Jesus is like the SUN, not the SON. Because it does rise, it does set. There's a lot of things that it does that corresponds with the actual being Jesus who walked supposedly upon the earth. You see what I'm saying? And portals, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Have y'all seen the new commercial? I think it's Apple has came out with a new product called Portal.
And I haven't seen it. Roger may have. Have you seen that commercial?
Nope. About all I watch is Westerns.
Here.
But this is a commercial. It always comes out. They always come out with equipment, technology, or something that has something to do with what's going on in our skies. I'm telling you, this thing is called Portal for a reason. Not because I'm not saying you can portal through it. I'm saying it's actually like a device that you can talk directly, look face to face.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah, but it's called Portal.
Around the room and everything.
Yeah. That thing. I mean, when here we're all noticing. I'm thinking that there's a portal somewhere up there by that sun. There just has to be from everything I've caught over the past 6 years. Look like it could be coming from behind the sun. So
I think what it is, I think they're government connected again. I think it's actually to see what everybody does in their home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I really think it is them spying to see who is. The ones that they call preppers and stuff.
They've been doing that since the pagers came out back in the day. I'm telling you.
Follow you. I really believe that was to follow you with the pagers to see where you was.
Yeah, it's been like that. That's why everybody's so worried about. Oh, well, they're watching it. They've been watching you. Oh, right. With the face recognition apps, don't do that. They know your face recognition already.
Want to put chip scanners.
We can't beat them. Let's join them. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Somebody's at the door, y'all. Hold on, move.
Pretty bad. they've already, from what I hear, they've already accepted the microchip.
I'm still not.
Supposedly, it's like the most populated.
There we go.
I think it was Sweden.
But no, it wasn't Sweden.
They were showing where they just ran it across New Zealand. It was Sweden, honey.
That was a commercial. In the
No,
store.
no. Real.
I love y'all. And what about the, or let's go ahead and top it off with the earthquake, guys. You know.
Well, the earthquake that hit Alaska.
Yes.
Supposedly it was Attu and Attu's moon, because the whole week they kept getting purple. I mean, real dark purple skies.
Mm-hmm.
I guess pressure built up and had to let go.
Yeah.
You know, and there came the earthquake. But there's going to be a lot more to follow those.
I think something's going to come up from Antarctica.
Yeah. Well, I think within 1 or 2 days they had like 580 aftershocks.
Yeah.
Alaska did alone.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's MSGS. They're going to downplay everything.
Of course.
You know, here in Ohio, here in southern Ohio, there was an earthquake down in, I think it was southeastern Kentucky. There was like 2 of them last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a 3.4, and they said it was like a 2.
Yeah, we could feel it up here where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know, people have actually I actually have videos out right now. They have actually caught this laser coming from the sun, the beam, a laser coming from the sun directly to California. And people still think that that's propaganda. People still think we are making these things up. They think that we are putting together these videos. And,
No.
I was out there doing the video one evening, and this was roughly about 3 weeks ago. I was filming the west. I looked over my right shoulder, and there in the north was a beam that came from the clouds, came straight down.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever seen anything like that. But I got a subscriber. I think his name is, excuse me.
Don't ask me.
I want to say it's Johnny MBFB, something like that. It was either him or Michael Rupe. One of them got, or was it Roy? It was, or Bob. It was one of them. But anyway,
I don't know.
They came up. They was actually driving, and they seen this. It was a real solid one too. Real good picture, and it was of the same beam coming down.
I remember you showed me the video. I just don't remember the people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good. What is it? Go ahead.
I'm going to get some more pictures together. I'm going to do another subscriber video.
Great job you did it there. The one that was a great job you did as well.
I might do that Monday. Well, every time I do a video like that, I'll give my honest opinion. I always do.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, I say exactly what's on my mind. I don't hold back. Because I feel if I did hold back, that would pretty much be giving credit to the ones who's hiding things, and I'm not going to do.
Right. Have you ever been trolled, though? I've never heard you speak of any trolls. I mean, like majorly trolled.
Yes, I do get trolled quite a bit. I pretty much just explain to them what I'm doing, tell them I love them, and that's about it. Sometimes I can say, "You're a liar," and I'll say, like, well, I still love you.
Yeah.
And I just kill them with love. That's all. I mean, it's.
Yeah, but see, that's another thing. I'll end it with this. This is what I was speaking of earlier about our chakras. Like people would think that I'm okay being alone. Us as the girls were talking about, sex and everything. And when you become a truther, when you spiritually, as all of us are doing right now, ascending and getting in touch with our inner soul, none of that matters. Those chakras are so not lit up. No money, not sex, not pride, not jealousy. None of that is set up. But, my chakra in my head is dimming out because of my doubts. But it's only because I'm a thinker. It's never going to be bright. But I just suggest to everybody that sex, nor money, nor what you have or what you can flaunt has anything to do with where your soul is going to go.
Can't take nothing with you.
You don't sure can't. Bucking naked here. You gonna go out bucking naked. Well, no, somebody will dress you, I guess. But
I'm going to wear a suit when I go.
You gonna wear a suit when you go?
I already say I'm just going out naked. Forget
My
everything.
birthday suit. Yeah.
Way too expensive to bury me. Just I never used to believe in cremation, but it doesn't matter. This is just a vessel, and it's gonna go in the ground. Somebody gonna spread my ashes somewhere. I hope it's over my husband's.
I already, if he goes before me, he gets cremated. He asked me why. I said, because I'm going to bury him with me. He ain't going nowhere, not even after death.
And if I die first, what did I tell you to bury me?
Butt up so I can park my bicycle over there every day.
Where did I really tell you to bury me? You don't know.
What did I tell you to bury? You're not getting buried. You're getting cremated and buried. You said.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that's the case, then you can bury me upside down so you can kiss my rear end.
I'm parking my bicycle there. I am going to ride my bike and put it right behind the crowd.
Right, no skid marks.
That's only if I come.
You see these two knuckleheads.
You'll be right beside me.
Diesel, nagging even in death. Wow.
Hey, Club 2473, long time.
Jesus.
New people joining the chat. Like you guys, I love you guys so much. I really want to come out there one day and film like a weekend now that I'm walking and getting better. And hopefully like in the next few months, I'll be really back on my feet and have my car back. And I really want to come visit. I have to shoot there. I'm telling you, it's on the bucket list. Literally.
There's nothing wrong with keeping a bucket list. Really, there's not.
Yeah.
Can we quit talking about lists?
Yeah.
I see this. I hear this honeydew list coming back.
It's there every day. It's even posted to the side where you lay down. You know that.
What the heck is a honeydew?
It's things he's got to fix. Things he has to do, whether he wants to or not. It's a big list.
Well, I need glasses. I'm losing my eyesight.
Here, you can borrow mine.
No.
And you guys got to start scheduling the car trips around his time to film, because did you hear him on his, I think it was the previous one to your last one. He was like, I just so wish she didn't have the car. She's got the car, guys. I can't.
That was 2 days ago.
It was hilarious.
To make things better, she got back. Let's see. The sun set about 5:17, and she got back at 5:39. Oh yeah.
Not my fault.
Well, from now on, she can stop up there by the river and film while you're filming down here.
She already did a video. She didn't say one word. Video was 4 minutes long. She didn't say a word.
You told me not to say a darn thing.
No, I told you.
You would fill it in.
No, I told you to give
You said, I'll look and I'll see what's in there. Yes, you did.
Nope. I said, point out things, give your true opinion, is what I said.
Jesus
That's selective hearing again.
What's selective hearing? The only thing I heard is what I thought.
Oh, see, of course. You see, woman, I've only been wrong one time in my life. That's when I thought I was wrong.
That was only when I was wrong. I wasn't here when you thought you were wrong.
Y'all can have your own. Y'all really need to start a YouTube, another channel just for y'all. Y'all are hilarious. Lord have mercy. Where are you originally from, Roger? I'm depicting your accent here.
Actually, here in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
And wifey?
She's from the barn.
He's not from the barn.
Punch him.
As well.
I did live in the mountains down there in Kentucky for a little while when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was maybe about a year, I guess. That may be where a lot of people tell me I got accent. I don't really see it. However, when I listen to my own videos, I do hear, Southern.
Well, your wife thinks I sound like Nicki Minaj, and I think, no, I don't know where I think it's the cutest thing ever, though.
Actually, you do.
You do sound like Nicki Minaj. I tell you what, even if I took my batteries out of my hearing aid, I'd still think you sound like Nicki Minaj.
You can hear sound whenever I talk to you. You're like, what?
That's because I just turn it completely off.
I know.
Oh my God. You guys are hilarious. Oh, Lord Jesus. Any questions from the chit chat for the guys before I let the love bugs go?
Well, if there is, you have to relate to us because I can't see no chat.
Why can't you?
I don't know.
Are you not looking?
It's up there.
Yep.
Can you see now? Oh, really? He really needs some glasses, wifey.
I told him I'd let him borrow mine. He won't take them.
He's gonna say, nope, they don't. They're not right for my eyes.
I'm all right.
Just hold them out about a foot. You'll be able to see through them.
Don't have to when you got a big nose like me. They'll just stay there.
They'll slide right.
Ski slope.
Oh my goodness. Oh, just when you thought you've heard it all. Well, I'm looking forward to your next video. Did you mention this Sunday live stream, or is it still on?
Yes, Sunday at 9 o'clock. The video I ain't put it on yet. So I'm going to put that on tonight. I did mention Sunday at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't hear you mention it all week. That's why I was like, Roger, you're not mentioning it. I'm mentioning it. You're not mentioning it. But
he hasn't thought about it all week. Because that honey to-do list, one of those things is he's got to dig out my Christmas tree.
Oh, Lord.
That was my Christmas tree. He's not done it.
You're not putting Satan claws in the window, though.
No Santa Claus. It's just my Christmas tree. I want to stare at my lights in the dark.
I call like Santa Claus, you know, them statues and pictures. I call it Satan Claus.
Yeah. Yep. I don't do this lady came by and asked me if I wanted a strand of Christmas lights across my window. No, I don't. No.
Well, Christmas is supposed to be the birth, and that has long forgotten from gifts.
Yeah, you know? if you go back on I'm sorry to cut you up, but I gotta say I forgot it already. The name of Stellarium. If you follow Stellarium, and go back, because it'll let you go back thousands of years into the birth of Christ. It actually comes out November the 11th.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think it was 64 generations from Adam and Eve to Christ.
Yep. Yeah.
But you don't actually believe in it, just Adam and Eve created all of us. Now, come on, do you? You believe they're the first humans?
I think they were the first set. I think there was other sets made.
Well, you see, supposedly Adam had a first wife named Lilith. She's briefly mentioned in the Bible.
Which Bible? That's the first time I ever heard that one.
Yeah, it's in the first part of the Bible. It's very briefly read, but it's also where the story or where the song "Rockin' My Baby" comes in the play.
Mm-hmm.
Or "Rockin' My Baby."
Rockin' My Baby.
No, lullaby, the lullaby.
Yeah, lullaby, don't you cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, little baby.
Yeah, and one of the two or something or another. It was supposed to have been a protection song to protect your baby from Lilith, because she was supposed to be like the robber of baby souls.
Yeah, it's Rockin' My Baby.
They're saying yep in the chit chat.
Yeah, because I had another version of Rockin' My Baby.
It wasn't Rockin'. It was the lullaby one.
That's it.
No, it's
lullaby. Different. Don't you cry, go to sleep, little baby. That one.
No.
All lullabies are creepy to me. I mean, whoever thought London Bridge is falling down? Whoever thought they was really gonna fall?
Gonna fall? That's got a plague.
Say that again.
That's Ring Around the Rosie. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Ring Around the Rosie, pocket full of. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was about a plague.
A plague?
Yeah. It was actually about a plague.
I can see that. Yeah, I see that. Thanks for that info.
I got a plague.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna beat you and make those eyes black. I'm telling you. No, the posies was the flowers they put in the pockets.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. I forgot all about that. My mama talked about that when I was younger. Sure did.
I like weird facts. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah, because you have a husband like that. No, I'm playing.
I love y'all. I put up with his butt. And it's actually pure hillbilly.
He said the other day, I don't know why they just like to call me a hillbilly. You're not really a hillbilly, but you a billy. You're like
Hey, for me, it's a compliment. I'll tell you. I look at it as a compliment too. I really do.
You're the only Roger Paul. There is no other like you. Are you white?
I'm what? I'm white? Really? No.
Or your wife.
Oh, I thought you
really?
said no. I thought you said, "And you're white." I was like, "I'm white."
Yes, you are a man of pale skin.
It's your butt.
Well, we ain't talking about that.
No,
Well, you
that's
have dark hair, dark feature. I mean, dark hair, dark mustache. You can't be all white.
Oh, you all see me in the summertime. You know, when I was working on a farm, I got real dark. I got so dark my skin looked red.
Yeah, that's like Indian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also Jewish.
Yeah.
That's where big nose comes in, I think. Wouldn't doubt it.
Okay. Well, I gotta take my dog out. I don't know if I should spank her or not. She done tore up all this styrofoam all over my floor, and she's literally jumping up in my window, messing up my curtains. Stay down.
Oh, heck, we got that little dog.
The Chihuahua.
Yeah, the Chihuahua Pit Bull mix. I mean, really think about that. I bet that was funny looking.
Y'all hear that in the chit chat?
Yeah, he threw up a sock. A whole one.
Sock.
A whole sock.
I mean, he's already a miracle. He's half pit and half Chihuahua, y'all.
Yeah.
How does that
Hey,
work?
let him in. You got here, I'll show him to you. Remember you said you could see him?
Wait a minute. No, I don't have my screen. I mean, I see the chat, but let me turn it on real quick. Okay, let me see.
Well, the wife is going to go get him.
Oh, okay.
He's actually a cool looking little dog.
But, I mean, like, how much bigger was the pit than the Chihuahua? We know the size of Chihuahuas. Is this a tall Chihuahua?
Well, it was a blue, the mom is a blue pit, so she's pretty good size. You know, she's probably about 60, 70 pounds. And, you know, you got this Chihuahua just, you know, lucky
Chihuahua
to
was the male, correct?
Huh?
The Chihuahua was the male.
Yes.
How did he do that? That's I keep picturing it. Like,
I don't know. The pit bull had to lay down for him.
yeah.
But he used to be a good looking dog. I mean, even the vet thought he was a full blooded pit, but he's not. He's even got a nub tail.
Oh, still.
He was born with a nub
It had to
tail.
be missionary. It had to be missionary style. I mean, it can't be. She submitted.
Because I told him.
Say, look.
Tie.
Imagine if y'all would have saw him hooked up. No, I can't see it. It's not showing on my screen. Say something. You got to talk.
Yeah, he's a good looking dog, real strong.
Come here, buddy.
He looks like a little, he actually, to me, he looks, I don't know, he just looks like a little dog on steroids.
Hold on,
I'm
I'm rebooting.
He doesn't want to be seen. He's camera shy.
Okay, now I can see. I'm probably looking behind.
Was she getting him again? Come here, Titan.
Come here, buddy.
Come on, boy.
Can y'all call him Titan?
Yeah. There he is. Oh. There.
Tie.
Nope. Every time y'all try to show him, it goes off. She just jumped all the way up. I'm sorry, y'all. She just jumped all the way up in my window. For real. Like, on the door. Are you serious? What is wrong with you? Go Crate. Go Crate. Don't make me chase you. Go Crate. Go Crate. Come on. She can chew the darn collar off. Nah, you're going Crate, Missy. Come on.
This is the result of Chihuahua Pit Bull mix.
Titan.
He's all right. He can watch. He can play
You
back.
can get my other foot back. You don't have a chance to nowhere. Jeez.
Hey, my stuff, you troublemaker.
She like literally jumped up. Her whole body was in the window, like her feet were on the seal. Ooh, I got to get her out more. She probably wants to go out. That's probably why she's making everything around me a wreck.
It probably is.
Love
She
and
just got
light.
Christmas, that's all.
Yeah, right. She got all her Christmas presents right there. I just bought her some fresh bones the other day. She'll be all right for a while. Put a
Nice.
3.5 on my dog. So what? Okay, one more quick question. Where do y'all think the dog came from? I had this conversation night before last, and
Well, it's like the question: which came first, chicken or the egg?
right. That's exactly where I go back to. I know it's part of the
Well,
wolf
that's a
family.
simple question. You know, when God made animals, He made all as whole, just like people.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, but look at the snail. I think the snail doesn't have a memory like of you don't know where he's going, don't know where he's been. But then you move it up a notch to like a dog. Dog has a memory, knows where he hides his bones. He knows, food time, poop time. And then you get into our realm where we know what you say earlier. We have what over man, over animal?
They have
Domain.
Spirit.
Yeah.
We have a soul and a spirit.
Dominion.
Dominion, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
That's why.
Down, Gracie.
Well, on Dominion, when Adam ate of the forbidden tree, you know, the sin didn't happen until Adam ate it.
Go on, get.
And Adam ate because he knew Eve was going to be kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and he didn't want to be alone. So God told him, if you eat, you shall surely die. He was talking spiritually. And when Adam ate, he gave dominion back. It gave dominion of the world to Satan. And the crucifixion, Jesus took it back.
Yeah, I remember you said that earlier. See that, baby? Maybe look at the reasoning for those parts of the book. Makes sense.
Yep. Because actually, if Satan knew what the crucifixion was about, if he knew what was going to happen, he would have never let that crucifixion take place. But you see, even Satan wanted Jesus dead.
He could have never overpowered God, though. God was going to see that happen anyway, right?
Right. He tried to already, and he got kicked out.
Well, he still gets the good end of the deal because regardless, he's only like he's been in prison. He's not dead. And he's coming back. So who wins here? He does.
Well, you see, that's where pretty much I was saying earlier when we was on the phone. That's where long suffering comes in. You know, I always, even when what?
So when I get back, scoot over.
No, even when I first got saved, I wanted to know the question, because things was rough, and it's a question that a lot of new Christians want to know. Why does God allow long suffering? It took me. I just actually found out. I think it was either this year or last year. And he allows long suffering to build our character. He wants us strong. He wants us to do without, to be strong. And if we actually go long enough and hold fast, hey, we're going to have good rewards. And I do believe that. And see about the I forgot my words I was going to use.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
But I totally understand what you're giving. I appreciate y'all taking the time to work with me. I know I'm hard to work with when it comes to that book.
Okay, now I know what I was going to say. And God allows long suffering to make us stronger, because the people that's, alive and very, evil, their personality about them is just evil. The vibes you get from them is evil because they are bad people,
Yeah, I know.
They're strong in what they do, Satan's people's very strong because they're good at what they do, and God wants us to be strong too, because there's going to come a time, really, it's going to all be spiritual warfare.
Yeah,
that's going on now. It was going on back in the days of Jesus. It spoke of possessions. I mean, do you know how many people is actually in mental hospitals that they're saying is schizophrenic, which in fact it's a possession going on?
Yeah.
The doctors shove the pills down their throats.
Yep. I read about that.
There's quite a few of them, and it's
sad all around the world. Yes, you're right.
And some of us, well, some people, there's got to be a spiritual warfare in order to get them to accept God. They've got to have one of the worst experiences of their life. They literally got to have an unclean.
Yeah, like my husband getting killed. That's the only reason I'm sitting here talking to you guys today. I mean, literally, I've always been an adamant Skywatch, but when he passed, and I realized what a demon was, and I actually felt one, and had to rebuke him with a priest and sage and do all of that mess. Yes. But I realized, like we were talking about earlier, it only got to me because I was down and I had never experienced anyone close to me dying. That was the first person that had ever died that was close to me. And then he died while we were arguing, like one of that type situations, me not wanting to answer the phone, not knowing he was going to die, So spiritually, I was gone. Me and my vodka.
You see, when it comes to evil spirits,
I'm sorry.
when it comes to evil spirits, unclean spirits, demons,
Yeah.
They can only do to us what we let them. You know, if we hold fast in the Lord, they actually got to listen to us.
But that's not but after the rapture and all that other stuff that everybody talks about, that's not going to be true anymore. Then they're being our realm.
Well, that's why I said, well, that's why I mentioned earlier that, you know, there's going to be some that should have went to heaven. You know, they're soldiers in the Lord is what they are. And they would be some of the strongest in the Lord, you know, in faith. And they're going to be left behind. You know, it's not because they're bad people and they didn't believe. It's because they are strong enough to keep the word going. You know, to try to. It's like rebuilding a church.
Yeah.
You know that I believe that too.
I get it. I just think it's sad that he gets to run anything anymore. You know, I just think the whole thing should be shut down. Just shut him down, and then him, you know, deal with us how he deals with others. I hear that people don't go. You don't go straight to heaven or straight to hell. This is what I've heard. What I believe in is way off. But I believe people such as somebody I know with Rh negative blood, that she's narcissistic and her soul will, you know, be trapped for like 100 years. I think it's before she's recycled again.
Well, some people actually believe that purgatory, you know, when the person dies,
yeah,
purgatory, that's to get their souls cleansed of all unrighteousness before being judged.
Yeah, some people have they've died for a couple of minutes, and some have been to hell and some have been to heaven and sent back for some more odd reason. And from what I heard of hell, it's just where you relive you're like, if you were say you were a serial killer, you relive everything you did to those children and or whoever you killed will come upon you 1,000-fold. Like you will feel their pain.
Tell you what, get some super sugar crisp, and I will be a serial killer. I'll eat the whole box.
You're so silly.
I couldn't resist that.
I know it. I know you. I was walking into something because you were too quiet. Well, wifey, I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all, and in the chit chat, I think I feel bad about my dog. I think she's gotta go potty, so that's weighing on my conscience. But I love you guys. Club, hold on. I'm in to make you a mod because you've been down with me forever. Club 2473. Everybody, be sure to sub everybody in the chit chat, including Mr. Roger Paul. Oh, you are a moderator. Okay, good. But thank you guys.
You're so welcome.
All right. Love y'all.
I was going to ask, do you want to do a private hangouts like sometime before Sunday so I can show you how to do on screen share, or would you prefer me to make a video and release it?
Either way is fine.
I think I'll do both.
You know, I've never done a hangout, you know, where I invited someone to the channel.
I'm going to do you what FPV did to me, and it's going to be very, very simple.
You see, that's what I want to start doing as well, you know, and just to get other channels recognized, you know what I mean? Because there's some small channels that's got some, I mean, phenomenal. They're getting, I mean, phenomenal things, doing great work.
Keep it like that. You do a great job of that.
Do what?
You do a great job at shouting out channels, big channels or little channels. You do a fantastic job. I like how you have titled all of them. You got Nibiru today. You got Nibiru with Planet X at night. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, folks, we got to continue to do this, folks. I love it. You and Skippy and the wifey.
That's just how I talk.
And the pups, like it was like a Nephilim and a human with your dogs. I'm sorry, I had to go there. I meant, you know, the angels that made the Nephilims with us humans. Anyway, great story. Love and light. I hope I offended no one in the chat or anyone that watches this in the future. Just because they don't believe everything, you know, I'm still human. I still love y'all. Okay.
Hey, at one time, every single one of us didn't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, faith only comes by hearing, and it takes time to believe. It really does.
Yes.
It took 38 years.
Same thing with flat Earth. I was a glober at one time too. It's okay. It'll pass. No, I'm playing.
Well, you see, I don't get into the flat Earth ordeal, you know, because the fact is, I don't care if the Earth is I don't care if it's a triangle, a square, a globe. I don't care if it's football shaped. what we're getting in the sky is going to affect everybody.
To investigate.
A what?
Huh. It's
And
not-
stands spinning. Different show, different time. East.
Do what now?
Hello, Dan. Telling her because you call her
It's cutting out.
East.
What's that?
That's what I was saying.
Okay. All right.
Well, you actually cut out real bad.
Yeah.
It was doing earlier.
Yeah.
It'd let her talk for a little while and then it
Mhm.
would start cutting out again.
Yeah. No, it's cutting out real bad again.
It's the government that's doing it to her.
Yeah.
Government's doing some foul stuff.
I think I can go.
There it goes.
Good.
I'll smoke anyway. You know what I mean, Burn?
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
my ribs hurt. They're sitting there. Wait, sit.